Hello everyone, Andy Schwab here with your Farm and Ranch News. Last week during the Montana Stockgrowers Annual Convention, our sister network Voices of Montana hosted their hour-long talk show live from the convention. Voices of Montana host Tom Schultz had several guests that time, including Colton Coffey of Coffey Cattle Company and an MBAR Leadership Academy member. Coffey said the program has been a major help to him to advocate for agriculture.
I think getting educated about these topics that are important, right now, livestock management and the way that animals are handled and taken care of is pretty top of mind for consumers, as well as then where their meat's coming from, what's in their meat, the nutrition behind it, everything else. I think that's all very important. And being educated on that is paramount so that you can talk about it and be comfortable talking about it to people who aren't educated about it.
The MBAR Academy, that is an 18-month program that has begun last year and is designed to grow and develop leadership skills for individuals active in Montana's ranching industry. Well, Montana Governor Gianforte included farmers and ranchers in his 12 Days of Giving campaign. On the 10th day, Governor Gianforte encouraged Montanans to support Montana ranchers with disabilities or illnesses through the Cutting Fences Foundation. He said through support of the Cutting Fences Foundation, as they come alongside our producers living with disabilities or illness, we can eliminate barriers for farmers, ranchers, and veterans in agriculture. As you may know, Cutting Fences Foundation was founded by Kendra Lewis in 2021 and is dedicated to serving Montana farmers, ranchers, and veterans in agriculture who are living with a disability or illness, that is, through innovative, client-centered, and holistic programs. Well, we need to take a quick break, but we'll be back in a little bit to talk about some of your ag markets.
We asked Montana farmer Walt Sales about the challenges of mental health in agriculture.
Another drought, there always is. There's always going to be another something. I grew up in a generation of you pulled yourself up by your bootstraps, but it's become evident is what do you do if you can't even find those bootstraps? If you need to talk to somebody, go to beyondtheweather.com for free counseling for Montana ag producers.
Welcome back, friends, to your Ag News and your markets. The December World Agricultural Supply and Demand Estimates report that was released on Friday is typically not a big market mover. However, it turned out to be just that. Other than a bump in the U.S. corn exports and a revision in last year's Brazilian soybean production, there were few surprises embedded within the report. The reaction, however, was clearly bearish as all three markets rebuffed early strength and headed for a lower close. Wheat futures actually crumbled along with the corn and soybeans after what they could be termed as a neutral, if not slightly friendly, USDA WASDE report for the wheat. Now, on the world side, perhaps the biggest surprise was USDA raising the Brazilian old crop of corn exports by 2 million metric tons to a record large 57 million metric tons of exports for the old crop. Now, stay tuned for a little bit as we'll talk about how it affected the grain complex. Speaking of affected markets, the negotiated cash cattle sales saw significant declines last week, with packers pushing the feedlots pushing back on the feedlots, that is. Now, those dips at the national level didn't seem to run the line completely down to every auction barn, as countryside demand, that is, still remains strong. For Billings livestock, their steer calves, they did the best, with demand being the strongest on the cattle suitable for developing into yearlings, and notable price gaps between the high quality and plain to average calves were noticed. For the sheep sales, everyone's starting to get pretty close to their final offerings of the year, with Newell set to host their last sale of the year this Thursday. And the winter wheat did fall hard on Monday, quickly giving back last week's gain after riding the coattails of last week's export sale announcements for the soft red winter wheat to China. Cheap Russia wheat offers also continue to plague producer profits. Well, that's all a look at your ag markets. I'm Andy Schwab. Have a great rest of your day.